Hello. We're live. I hear an echo. Do you hear an echo? It's the first time that's happened. Hold on, let me see. Hi, Emily. Do you hear an echo? Hi, Sister Deb. I'm going to get out and then come back in. Can I do that? Hold on. I've never had an echo. Okay, I don't know why I have an echo. And I'm really bummed about it. I never have an echo. Oh, you know what? I have two. I'm streaming to two destinations. Okay, so Emily, you saying yes. You hear the echo, so I'm not crazy. All right, I'm going to. How's that? Oh, it's when I'm on stage. Okay, I'm gonna move again. I'm me Is that better? Hi, Smiley Sleuth. I just am not used to having echo. All right, I'm gonna play with my mic. I'm a technology person, so this is a fun challenge. Let me go to my Oh, it sounds good. So it's just me? How's that? I'm playing with my settings. Yeah, everyone. My sister says it sounds good. If I hear this echo, it will drive me insane. Hi, Christy. So before we start, let me tell you, everyone go to Emily C. Oh, I can't. This is driving me crazy. I don't wanna end the stream. I'm gonna get out one more time and come back. I do, Emily, and I don't know how to shut one of them. I don't have 2 streams open, but I show 2 Cheryls at the bottom, and I don't know why. Alright, I'm gonna end and come back. I'm trying to Is that better? I can't get out of oh my gosh, this is like a turtle boyish state. Now I'm on screen twice. Hello. Alright, let me remove that one. Go over here. I am a technology person. I've got this. Maybe I'll switch speakers. It's definitely my speaker. I'm gonna keep talking and trying. Can you hear me? Alright, I muted my Surface. I have a command center here. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm not hearing an echo. Emily, don't laugh at me. You can hear me? Yay! Okay, so sorry for that. I am a technology person. I am Cheryl Tupa, known as Cyberchick Boston. I had to change it from Cyberchick in Boston to Cyberchick Boston. But I'm gonna learn as we go. And apparently you can't have in your command center, which I am in right now, my command center at home, apparently you can't have your one of your Surface monitors on the everything. So living I am not Cyberchicken. So Zach, who doesn't come to my lives, but he calls me Cyber Chicken, and it's really upsetting. So I had to change my name to Cyber Chick Boston, which is really funny. All right, that was stressful doing a live show for the 3rd time and having technical issues, but I don't care. I've been traveling. I just got home from 6 days on the road, war saving the world from cybercrime. That's my real profession. I am not a content creator. I am not a lawyer. I'm not a journalist. I'm just cyber chick, and I live outside of Boston, and I'm here to give a real quick update. I thought I'd be able to jump on live while I was traveling, and I just couldn't do it. It's so crazy when you're on the road. You think, "Oh, I'll do a live. It's different time zone. It'll be easy." I don't know how people do it. I was completely, stressed. Hi, super chick sister. That's my sister. So I just want to pop in and do another quick little recap. I felt like we had a good rhythm going. If you haven't seen me before, I am focusing my initial channel on Twin Flames Universe because we have my family was a victim of their cult. And before we begin, I actually put it in the notes of my channel, but I wanna make sure that you know these are my opinions, and all of my thoughts are alleged because they tend to be litigious, and I don't wanna go to court over what we're telling you, but we're giving you examples of our, lived experiences, what our family went through over a period of 7 years. Noodles Mama, good morning all. Hello, Emily C, love what you do. So Emily's so fantastic. Make sure you definitely go over and watch her videos. Your last interview with Victoria was phenomenal. I just wanna say thank you. And Zach does speak gibberish. Thank you, Noodle Mom. I know. He picks on me. Even when I'm not in the community and I happen to be traveling, not listening, and then I listen to the replay and Zach's picking on me. So let's kick off by saying I did 2 lives prior to this, and please go back and watch them if you wanna recap. This is a story of my family. I come from a large extended family, lots of nieces, nephews, the youngest of 5 siblings. 3 of us, sisters live in the same town, put our 9 kids through the same school system, so very close-knit family, and we were really surprised when one of our own ended up falling into a cult. The cult is called Twin Flames Universe, and I'm having my coffee with you. I told you I just got back from traveling, so I'm a little all over the place. Oh, and let me pause for a moment. My husband, while I was gone, reorganized my command center a little bit. He hung up I guess it was bothering him that my pictures weren't hung on the wall, but he see how you can see my monitor on the picture? He threw me off because he came in am I cutting out, Emily? I'm on a hard wire. Hold on. Let me see. Why am I cutting out? Let me just check my connection. Oh, he probably unconnected me. Maybe I'm on my Wi-Fi. Hold on. Can I blame my husband for that? Okay. Let me know how it's going now. See if it gets better. Well, that'd be great to have it cut out and have mic issues all in the same stream. So, yeah, my husband reject rejected, and that threw me off a little bit. So I'm gonna have my coffee with you. I rebooted my Ethernet, so it should be hopefully it'll get better. I didn't wanna go live with a, wireless, because I know that can be really tough sometimes, although my wireless tends to be pretty good. So, yeah, so go back and check out my other streams if you want an update on Twin Flames Universe and Jeff and Shalia from the start. So, basically, Brianna is my sister Lynn's, daughter, and she, at the age of 20, just Google searched, "How do you know you have a soulmate?" and came up with Twin Flames Universe, Jeff and Shaleia, and went down this rabbit hole, and it lasted 7 years, and it's really incredible when I go back. So I wanted to introduce Brianna a little bit because I don't think I spent a lot of time on her, and is she's just so phenomenal. So I'm gonna talk about her. I'm gonna have her mom come on probably in the next week, maybe next weekend to give us her point of view and talk about Brianna. But so Brianna was in her early 20s, just killing it in life. She's beautiful, professional, went to college, had a good career, wanted to make sure that she was matching up with the person she was supposed to be with, and she just fell into this twin flames universe that I'm gonna, just talk a little bit about, but really I wanna rather talk about Brianna. I'm gonna show a picture of her because I don't think she'd mind. And just so I've had a few questions come through my email that's in the show notes, and I'll make sure that I answer some of those questions, and a lot of them had to do with Brianna, and, I want you to know what, let me see, let me share. Let me know if you can see. What do I wanna share? Hold on one second. Sometimes I'm gonna share something that actually made me sad. Oh, good. My dog barking, UPS is coming. Actually, I'm gonna share a video. This is a good time to share a video. Hold on one second. Thumbs up if you can hear this when I'm playing it. And because I got my first copyright, seconds per minute, I got a copyright because I didn't know. I thought if your family was in the documentary, you had to play the trailer for said documentary, but that's not the case. So I'm just gonna do a few seconds of this to see if I don't get a copyright issue. I don't think that worked. Hold on. Can't hear it, can you? Okay. Can you see that? At least you can see what Brie looks like. Oh, I didn't add it to stage. All right, hold on. We're gonna do that again. Oh my lord, this is just crazy. Thank you. Emily, you're guiding me through this. You're freaking awesome. She knows what I did wrong. It's probably bad to do it right after traveling because I'm seriously like, "What is happening?" Okay, I'm gonna add it to stage and see if you can hear it. I don't know why it's not. Alright, can you hear that?
Hi
Alright,
everyone.
you can see
I am
Brianna.
announcing
I
Well-being
can't
with
play the
Brianna.
noise. I mean, for some reason, the
Group
sound's not coming through, but that's
pushing!
Brianna.
Yay! Finally.
Oh, good, you can see, can't hear her. That's Brianna. She's fabulous. I know, it's Emily, it's so funny to try to do all of this at the same time that you're learning, right? But I appreciate that. I'm gonna try one more picture of her because 'cause I'd love for you to see. Share screen. I think it's crazy that you have to add it to stage, Emily, after. So that is Brianna on the, right-hand side. Oh, you could hear it? Could you hear it? I couldn't hear it. Oh, that's so good that you could hear it. So that's Brianna, that's my niece Jess, that's me. This the One of the things that was made me sad actually, I was looking for pictures of Brianna, and I only saw pictures from 7 years before. Like, I don't have a ton. When I scroll through my camera, I have so many pictures of all my nieces and my nephews and my family at, cookouts, parties, and there's, like, this huge gap from the time that Brianna, like, left us for the cult, and then I do have pictures of her from recently that I don't think she'd mind if I share because she, um, put them on Facebook, so I feel like that's fair game. I could ask her, but alright, hold on one second. The thing about doing these, um when you're using StreamYard, you can't practice live. You either go live or you just don't get to practice at all, just so you know. So let me see what I'm sharing now. Oh, there it is. Okay. So that's Brianna. We had a wedding. Her sister got married a couple weeks ago, and that's her at a wedding. So she's doing well. A lot of people saw Brianna in the documentary, and they were very concerned because there wasn't a clear update. It took a while. The documentary came out in 2023. The documentary is called "Desperately Seeking Soulmate," and it is a it's a, a 3 or 4 families I think are featured, and we're one of the families. We're the family from Boston, and it highlights Brianna's journey up until that point, but it's 10 minutes. Each episode features us, I think, for 8 to 10 minutes. So you don't get the complete picture. And at the time, 2 years ago, she was still in the cult. She was all in. So I wanted to share that. Those are my beautiful nieces. Brianna's in the middle. Maddie and Nikki, I hope you don't mind. I didn't ask permission to say. I'll probably get another copyright issue. So that's Brianna. That's you know who she is. Her mother's going to tell you more about her journey and what it was like. I talked about when she went. One of the questions I got was, when did you know she was a cult? We didn't know for the first 2 years. Maybe it was a year and a half. We didn't know. And then the day that we actually had the eye opener was when she showed up at her mother's house and said, "Hey, I'm going." Jeff and Julia had told me that we are going to that they had a vision, and I'm supposed to be with Gretchen in California, who's actually a man trapped in a woman's body. I mean, those words during the height of the pandemic. First of all, we were like, "You can't get on a plane and go to California. Everything is shut down." And now we knew that. Lynn got on the phone, did a conference call with all of us and said, this is happening. So that was the moment where we just said, okay, what's going on here? And as a cybersecurity professional, I went all in with every platform, every security tool, every person I could reach out to. I did sleuthing. I found ex-members to talk to, and we still talk to them today, that have gone through much worse things. I mean, at least they weren't forcing Brianna to change her sexuality because of a vision they had. They literally were making people do things that were out of their comfort zone, bullying them to do it, at the same time charging them gobs of money, making money off of other people's misery. When you're in a cult, they cut you off from your family. That's the first thing they try to do. Another thing they try to do is they create trauma that was never there. So they'll say, "Did your mother yell at you, mean to you?" They'll be like, "Oh, there was this one time," and then they blow it up. And if you don't have any trauma, they insert it. And it's easy to insert trauma to someone who's exhausted because they're working a day job, and then they're working all night long for the people in the cult, and they're taking all your money, and you're believing everything. And when you're in your late teens or early 20s, you seek that approval. Once you think, "Oh, maybe it happened to you," you wanna get to know the CEO or the president or executive, and when they when they dabble appraisal in front of you, a little bit at a time, you think, "Oh, I want more of that," and you wanna please them. How can I please? How can I do more and more? I mentioned in my last video that they let me see. I'm sorry, I'm gonna pause. I noticed in the last video, once I get going, I don't stop. So, I'm trying to thank you, smiling sleuth. I'm trying to figure out how to make this not so big, and I couldn't do Emily, if you're out there, that's what I'm talking about. Doesn't my Don't my comments look huge? I'm gonna see if I can fix that while we're here. I can't do it when you're live, so maybe it's my font size. I picked cabin, let's change it. Gluten, no, I don't like that either. Gluten, that's a font? Get out. All right. Sorry I'm doing this in front of everyone. But you can't do it unless you're live. Well, I couldn't do it. I tried. Okay. It's not that bad. Is it? I have 2 of me on the screen. I don't know what the hell is happening, but I don't care. It's fine. Yeah, so what are some other things? So I totally interrupted my ramble there. So that brings us to the August timeframe. On the slide that this is I know I'm in style and I'm changing it. Does it seem really big, my comments to you guys? So you're just gonna have to troubleshoot with me. We'll figure it out. Okay, so let's get back to my sleuthing. So I first thing I did was watched every single YouTube video I could find on Twin Flames Universe with Jeff and Gillette, and it was really disturbing. They started out really decent, "Oh, we're just gonna be coaches and we give us money," and I get it, "Hey, you want a service, you pay for it." But then they just got more intense and more, um, creepy, and then cult members shout out to the ex-cult members, "Thank you for your support and for helping my family th through everything." They were there whenever I had a question, they answered. I'm like, "Hey, Brianna, not we have these concerns." So, reached out to the ex-cult members, got invited to some of the ex-cult members' social media platforms. They had, like, a family page set up for people that were trying to get out, and they vetted who was in that group. That was really helpful for us. When called the FBI, called the police. It's really hard to prosecute someone for running a cult because you can't prove mind coercion, and when they went to the compound in Michigan and Brianna was there with Gretchen, who was learning to become a man because they had a vision that she was a masculinity form trapped in a woman's body. Eesh. So the police went and talked to them, and they were like, "No, we wanna be here. We love it. We're having fun." And the police handed it off to the FBI. I spoke to the FBI in Michigan, and again, they don't give you information, you just provide them with information. But it was really hard. She wasn't being, sexually abused. She wasn't forced to do drugs that we could tell. There was a reporter that went on site and spent a few days, and we were able to communicate with the reporter to find out how Brianna was doing. At this point, Brianna had blocked me. So some other channels that I went down, I think I was searching, okay, so I did go down and search out Gretchen/Gabe's family members because I thought if we're going through this, maybe they're going through it as well. That didn't really lead me to a path of resolution. They weren't sure how to handle everything that was going on as well, which, as you can imagine. So we didn't go public with anything, and as a matter of fact, I give Brianna's mother a lot of credit because in 2022, when the documentary team came to us and said, "Will you be the documentary?" She was all in, and I felt nervous because putting your name out there when Brianna was still in the cult felt risky, but she was right. She said, "I have nothing to lose. I wanna get awareness out there, and I wanna make it, um, we just want other people to not go through this. If you are in Twin Flames, if you're thinking of joining, if you're a member and you have someone who is in Twin Flames universe or thinking about joining, please feel free to contact me at Cyberchick in Boston at Gmail. It's in the show notes. I'd be happy to answer questions or share with you anything that you wanna learn because we've gone through it. We've gone through it, and we know what it's like, and you need support. You need to have people supporting you. Okay. So we're gonna have, like I said, Brianna's mother on. We're gonna have my sister Lisa on, Brianna's aunt, and that'll probably be in the next week or 2, talk about what happened after Brianna went to the compound to be, basically she paid, I think, $5,000 to be forced to learn how to be with Gabe. And they were supposed to be the golden couple because Brianna was really popular in the community. She became an ascension coach, which you pay for, by the way. You have to pay to be a coach, and then you coach other people. The whole idea is like an MLM or any type of pyramid scheme. Like you can only generate revenue by bringing in more people who are willing to pay for the same services over and over again. And then in 2017, Twin Flames Universe, the coaching and the school aspect transitioned to more of a church. And Jeff Shalea like to be called uh, Father Jeff, or I don't know, Father Jeff, Mama Shalea, something like that. So they became very, very, hi, Heather. They became very, thank you for joining us, Heather. They became very focused on the church aspect of it, but I also think that gives them an out because they can hide their money for tax purposes. So, and that's the way that the legal system can get a cult, through tax evasion and through labor law. So if they're forcing all of these people to do free labor, that's the way that they can get them. And this whole time, the family is going on with life, and we're missing Brianna. So when we talk to people, my sister Lynn, Brianna's mom, and I were in an exercise class last weekend, and we were telling people that we were doing this channel, and we started telling them about the cult. People are just taken aback, and I get it because I never knew a cult could exist either, if that makes sense. So, and they said, "How are you so calm talking about everything that you've endured?" And it's basically because once you've lived it, it actually becomes normal. It becomes your life. So we just lived with it for 7 years. So I just wanted to pop on and say hi. I'm gonna answer there's two questions that kept coming up. One I answered, how did you know she was in a cult? And one was, what's a cybersecurity specialist or professional? I think that's how I describe myself, as a cybersecurity professional for the past 25, almost 30 years. So I fight cybercrime. So think of crime, as you know it today, but only online. So nation threat actors that are coming into your environment, whether it's through a device, whether it's through, your identity. I work for a large technology company that has one of the largest attack vectors out there. So we're that's that's what I do. And I don't go into too much detail for two reasons. Number one, it's cybersecurity, so you're always a little bit conservative with telling people what you do. But number two, my husband says it's really, I confuse people right away when I start talking about it. But I do work for an office of the CISO, and that's what we focus on, is just protecting everyone at the company, all of our customers, protecting them from threat actors. That was the question that I got a lot. And then the one about Brianna, let me see if there was one other thing that I wanted to show you. I did. I wanted to show you this. She's just so cute. All right, I'm gonna try a video one more time because I'm determined to figure this out. Okay, remove that. So confusing. Thank God I'm a technology person. All right, see if you can hear this. Don't strike me, Amazon and YouTube.
Just released a 3-part free e-course.
Brianna was unable to keep her job because it affected her work so much.
Hey guys, it's Brianna.
She spends hours.
Yeah.
They're not.
All right, just to take play much more because they don't want to. Could you hear that? I couldn't hear it, but it looked like you guys could hear it. I'm hoping you could. That's a little bit more Brianna. I think it's really important to keep her front and center and to tell you she is doing so much better. She's out of the cult and she's thriving. So we're really happy about that. Thank you all for joining. Look for my next live next I don't know when. I think I might have a sister on Monday, but I'm not sure. But definitely one of the aunties will be on, early next week and then next weekend. Thank you so much. Bye.